Good Monday makers. My name is Jake, and I am joined with Dave.
Hey, everybody. Good morning.
Hope everybody had a good weekend. We're going to check out some awesome community builds that have been posted throughout the last week. We've got some great ones, so let's just jump right in and check them out. First up is a hack from our good friend Axel, and he actually came up with a really cool solution. He needed an adapter for 3/4 to half-inch EMT, and we actually have shims available, and you can make your own using off-the-shelf PEX tubing. But he just looked around his garage. He just started looking around, and he found this pipe clamp, which I've seen before.
Oh,
Um, I don't know exactly what it's called. I mean, I guess it's just a pipe clamp, but I don't really know what it's used for. But yeah, he wrapped it around the pipe, and then the bolt goes through the connector, and then through that strap, and
uh,
then connects like normal.
oh, wow. That's really cool, Axel.
Yeah, I mean, and I would imagine that helps with like the slip resistance or our slip strength, I guess, whatever you want to call it, because it's kind of clamping over that and then going through the bolt.
Yeah, maybe
So
that's neat.
yeah, it's really cool. I think he said he had to use longer hardware. Yeah, he used quarter 20 screw nut and bolt,
hmm
and yeah, cool hack and just a shim he found laying around in his garage. Never know.
That quarter 20 nut seems like it fits pretty well in the nut
Oops.
pocket too. Go back one. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
looks like
Oh
it
yeah,
fits pretty on point with the hardware that we have.
yeah, for sure. Really awesome, Axel. That's a cool hack and just another shim possibility if you're looking for a shim solution. Let's go on to the next one. This was a review. Oh, this is the light show. This is a build from Keith, and he left a review on I think it's the T connector. It is, which I really appreciate. He said he had a good experience, and he's using it to create light props. But before we look at this year's build, he shared last year's light show. Oh, nice. I missed the intro. Let's go back.
Welcome to the Kaisinger Family Light Show. Merry Christmas.
It's always amazing to see these.
Oh my gosh. It is holiday season. Happy
I
holidays,
know.
everybody. Look at that. Oh my
What
gosh.
better song, you know? I mean, this is all decked out. They got the arches.
Oh yeah, I love the
The
garage
projector
door and
screen.
that. You think it's a projector screen?
No, it's probably one of those LED panels.
Yeah, and that tree is unreal.
Oh, this is awesome. But as you can see, this was 2021. And this year, he's using maker pipe and conduit. And this is what he has so far.
Oh my gosh, what is that?
I don't know if he's making like a walk-through house or something, but it looks like it's going to go up there on top of that like massive, I don't even know,
Wow. Can you?
like framework.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, he's using maker pipe and conduit, and he's making this. It looks like a roof structure. I would imagine it's going to go up there, but we don't know for sure. But
It looks like a manger kind of
mm,
structure,
oh yeah,
with the star.
mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
You
we'll
see
just
that?
have to wait and see. It's going to be impressive.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
yeah. Definitely, Keith. Definitely shared the 2022 video with us. Can't wait to see that, to see this in action. But thanks so much for sharing this photo and review.
Yeah, thanks for the review, Keith.
Glad you had a good experience. All right, next up, this is not really a build per se. I mean, it is, but it's the MakerPipe Kayak Cart kit that actually Axel, submitted for the community kits. And this was a video. This is Bassman Strikes Kayak Fishing. He's posted a ton of videos on the kayak cart, and this one basically shows you how to use the kayak cart kit to load and unload your boat. And I just thought that was really cool that he, shared this kind of tutorial. As you can see, just loading it up into the boat, and it's awesome. He's got several videos on this kind of thing, as well as loading boats in and out of the water from a truck, all using the kayak cart kit.
Wow, that was easy.
Yeah.
That support off of his hitch is super helpful.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, kayaks are so long, but yeah, he just unstraps it and then just slides it up there, and then the cart drops whenever he gets enough of the weight up on the truck bed.
Nice. That's neat.
Yeah, but I just wanted to shout him out for making these videos and tutorials for people out there that are, making this kayak cart. He's got some cool different videos on utilizing it. So definitely check out his channel if you're interested in learning some things on how. Voila.
Voila.
If you're interested in, oh, he even does unloading as well. But yeah, check out his channel. That'll be linked down below if you want to, see how else he's used it in the water and things. Thanks so much for sharing that, Bass Man. Next build. This is from a channel, Leaky John Boat Co. They did a homemade duck blind recently, and this is it. And they did it with maker pipe and conduit. We've seen a ton of duck blinds recently, but here you can see how they did it with conduit and maker pipe to make the framework. A lot of hunters and builders have used PVC in the past, and PVC works great, but it has its limitations for a lot of different things, especially when you start loading it down with weight. Once you start getting the foliage and stuff on top. Um, so a lot of people have been using conduit, which is awesome.
Nice. That's looking good.
What I really like about these is the solutions people are coming up with for like whenever you go to stand up and shoot, they kind of swing open the tops. So it's always cool to see the different ways people or the hunters have kind of solved that problem as well. We haven't really talked a lot about that feature on most of the builds.
What have we seen? I mean, we've seen
I mean,
just open space at the top,
yeah,
and then
and
we've seen windows.
mhm,
They kind of hinge open, right?
right. And we've seen a lot of people doing the method where you remove the friction band and kind of swivel open, with T connectors.
On the T, yeah. So
Hmm.
take the T connector, remove the friction band. It gives it just enough rotation where it's still stiff, but you can move it. Is that okay?
But I think his just kind of, I think it doesn't have sides.
Uh-huh.
Like it doesn't have the walls. You just kind of take the top and it's like almost like a flap almost.
Okay. Neat.
Um, as you can see here.
All right.
But then he's got this rectangular frame that's attached. Looked like flanges are attaching it to the boat. Um, as you can see there in the corner. And he's got a vertical pipe. I would imagine it's probably like this. There's probably 4 corners like this. And then he's using 90-degree connectors um, to basically hold the vertical pipe to the cross pipe and then the pipe that runs from front to back. And then I think there's couplings here in the middle, maybe. I know he used a coupling somewhere, but painted it green.
Oh yeah, I like the olive drab connectors. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty simple. I mean, that's really just like a rectangular kind of conduit structure.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what do you do there?
Uh,
Oh, that's cool. Maybe is that like half inch maybe
looks
inside
like
of the
it, yeah.
connector? So if you didn't see that, like we were talking about to, remove that side, he just basically slides it out and he's got it where the half inch can just slide in and out of the 90 really easily and open it. That's cool.
Well, neat. Love seeing that. Thanks for, you know, shouting us out in the video.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, really cool boat blind. Definitely check that out if you're interested in doing something similar. Thanks so much for posting it. Next build is a golfing simulator frame. This is sent in by John, and we've seen a few people do this. If you don't know, you can practice your golf swing at home inside just using a simulator. And it's actually really cool because they have these screens, and the impact screen basically, basically, I don't even know how it works, but whenever you hit the ball and the ball hits the canvas material, it's able to tell you the speed and kind of give you a general, idea of where it would go and where it would land. And yeah, it like reads out all that information and lets you know about your swing and stuff. So it's just basically a simulator to practice golfing, which is
It must have some sort of or maybe the ball has some data on it. I don't know. That would
mhm.
be interesting. I love geeking out on that kind of stuff. It seems like a cool technology.
Yeah, for sure. I'm wondering if maybe I don't know because they call it an impact screen, but I know that's just because the ball impacts it. But I don't know if it's built into the screen or if it's something to do with the projector or if it's sensors. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. Or if you're in the chat and you know about it, definitely let us know.
But what they're looking to do is just hang this screen up,
Right.
right?
Hmm.
And like enclose a ball. So I've seen some with netting around, right? So because if you're
Hmm.
doing it in your garage, you don't want, you know,
You don't want to
shank it in. Yeah.
So I mean, that's the problem to solve is the framework. And as Dave was saying, we've seen some that kind of come way out and then have netting. But this one looks to be a little bit more of kind of a compact footprint, and I would imagine used T connectors in the corners, probably 90s up here, and basically just made this you know kind of boxy. I don't know what to call it, but just like framework. It's just got this small roof and the sides. Doesn't really have anything down low. You don't really need that, and then that's where you'll have your turf and stuff. And then you attach the projector screen to that frame, and I think you use probably ball bungees or something like that. It looks like ball bungees. Hard to tell, but those work great for materials that you have grommets in. You can just attach those to the frame. But then he added, here's the frame without any padding or anything. But then he started adding, it looks like some pipe insulation, just to keep, if the ball does hit the pipe, just to keep it from, dinging up the pipe or messing up the ball. It'll just hit that foam. And he was saying here that, the kit for this frame is $1,200,
Whoa.
and you have to buy the conduit on top of that. So it's basically $1,200 for a connector kit
Oh
for
my
conduit.
gosh.
So he was like, well, that seems to be the biggest problem. So let me just look for conduit connectors. And that's how he found MakerPipe
Okay. Great.
and built it all himself. Um, so, yeah, really great simulator. Really cool, John. Thanks so much for posting that. Next up is a build from Harold. And this is really cool. He basically turned a bench saw into a table saw. So he has this, the bench saw here, as you can see. And I don't know a ton about saws, so Dave might correct me on this, but isn't this like the base of the bench saw and you put that on top of, like a flat, like a, work table or something?
This is where I get totally bit by terminology, right?
Yeah,
But
that's why
I've
I
never
was.
heard bench saw before.
Oh,
So it
really?
could be a bench saw, but I just call them a table portable table saw, job site table saw, that this kind of thing where you can move it around. And then a table saw is I mean it has a table. So this is just a bigger table,
Okay.
I think. Let me know that I'm wrong in the comments.
Yeah, this is, I guess, I think the main purpose was just to increase the workspace.
Right.
And basically, the way he did that was making this framework. It's just a cube structure pretty much. And I like this base here. He's got some wheels attached, so I guess he can still pick it up and move it.
Oh, and then some screws that provide a foot that's
Mm,
stationary.
mm-hmm.
Can you zoom in on? No. Is that the only picture?
Yeah,
Oh, bummer.
yeah.
I'll have to look at that cuz like that's a constant challenge, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is like you have something on wheels in your shop, but then you want to use it and you don't want it to move. And even if you've got locking casters, the thing still hovers around. So you might have seen those workbench adapter kits
Mm,
that have wheels that flip down and then flip back up, where the workbench then stands on the legs, like a normal workbench. And then
yeah.
when you want to move it, just the casters come up, lift it up, and then get to move it. So I've been thinking about that. How do you do that with MakerPipe? So he might have come up with a cool solution.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just as simple as like a threaded pipe insert in the conduit and then a bolt going through that bracket.
Nice.
I don't really see another way that it's attached. Maybe it just rests in the frame there.
Yeah, I could see that working where you just,
I mean, it's heavy enough.
right.
Sorry,
Neat.
what were you going to say? Can I cut you off there?
No, I'm like a 90,
Mm-hmm.
with the open center, and then you
Mm,
thread it down and it has a foot that lifts it up off of the casters. That could work.
yeah.
Neat.
And he, built off of that and went up, made this cube. He used a lot of the flanges to secure the tabletop.
Okay.
But if you just put this on top of the table that he built, then he'd be with the same problem. He'd still have that small work area. So he kind of built this middle shelf to support the table saw. And then the very top, surface that you usually have to work on is level with this top piece of wood. And so now he's increased the work area for the whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, I like that one. That's neat.
Yeah, looks really cool. So thanks so much, Harold, for sending that in. Really awesome to see.
Got any more?
Yeah, there's one more left, and this is really cool. This was by an electrician, which we always love to see those builds. He wanted to practice bending EMT, so he did some saddle bends,
Oh, wow.
and he was basically practicing for his day job as an electrician,
Nice.
which was cool. And he made this clothing rack, kind of like a drying rack for clothes.
Oh, how cool. Good
Yeah,
looking bends.
Yeah, the bins look great and looks like good practice. And basically just made different shelves with a 90-degree connectors going all the way up, just making a rectangular shape going up. And
I
then you
love the
use
look of this too.
yeah,
That has a really cool look. It
ton
reminds I mean, I know it's functional, but I think it also is pretty artistic too. I like that.
yeah,
Nice job.
yeah, for sure.
Who built it?
This was sent in by Joseph.
Nice job, Joseph. Cool.
But they basically just did those rungs all the way around going up, and then just kind of sprung off of those and added shelves in different places, or not really shelves, I guess, but just hanging, pipes to hang stuff off of. Got some sticking off the side. Got the saddle bins in the middle for different things. Um, but really cool.
Yeah, thanks for posting.
Yeah. Thanks so much, Joseph. Well, I think that's all the builds for this week,
Yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in.
and we'll see you in the next one.
Have a good week, everybody.